Good morning. How are you guys, everybody? How are you all doing?
Yes, look, it's Winning Wednesday. Babe, this week is already halfway done.
This
Tell
week
you.
has flown. I'm
Man, it
like,
went by
it's
quick.
Wednesday.
It has went by
Yes,
quick.
look, hump day, baby, comes through quicker and quicker every single time. Y'all know the old folks used to say, baby, Jesus coming. But
I know.
look,
They would. They was like, that's why the day's going by so fast.
yes,
Jesus is coming.
Jesus is coming, baby.
He
Get
is
yourself
coming.
together.
But I hate to tell us, he ain't gonna tell us when he coming.
Right.
That's true. Look, he said you better practice discernment. Look, just be ready. Be ye ready.
Right.
Good morning, Philip. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, we are here. We are back. We were on hiatus. We looking fresh. We ready, ready, ready for whatever it is for this day. Make sure you do what it says at the bottom. Like, follow, and share. Tag some people and tell them that we are here. We are back. And like Reverend Pat had, rooted and ready for whatever God has for us in this season,
For
right?
whatever.
Yes, yes, yes. So, y'all know, honey, because it's Wednesday, we always have, each one of us have our day to come in and do
Yeah.
what we do. And so today is none other than the Regina Huts Day, right? Y'all know she be bringing it with fire, bringing it with
Yes.
sacred healing. So, Regina, Ben,
Oh,
Take
I've been doing
over.
good. You know what? Let me tell you what. I've been doing good. I'm really thankful and grateful to, have breath in my body. That's the place where I am
yes,
in my life. And so on today, you know what? And we've been away for a while, but even when you're away, you still think of the people who, that you communicated with, throughout that time where you're on sabbatical, right? Praying
right,
that everyone is well, doing their thing. And then to come back on and say, you know what? Oh my goodness, our sisters are still here today. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because we never know the day or the hour.
so true, so
Like
true.
literally, we never know the day or the hour of what's going to happen. So I would like to encourage you guys to, don't overthink everything. Sometimes we get in our own minds, and when we start getting into our own minds, it's our own flesh instead of being at peace. Have calmness in your spirit
Mhm.
from God, that that resting and knowing, hey, no matter what it looks like that you're going through, I know you're going through some tough times. You know what I'm saying? You're too embarrassed to tell people. You may be 1 second from losing, your car, or your lights being, turned off, or the landlord gonna come and evict you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't see that, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's that disparity that people go through during that time, right? And it
Right.
comes to the times it's like, well, dang, who is really there for you at
Yeah.
the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, because these are life struggles, because these are things that everybody can relate to, life struggles. Okay,
Yeah.
on top of whatever relationship that you may be in, that might be in an uproar. On top of that, you know what I'm saying, or it
Uh-huh.
may be smooth. One something is going on. Nothing is perfect as it seems. See, like a lot of times we want to like to put a mask on,
Yeah.
And this mask has gotten to be like so good. It's how you have like the scam likely.
Yeah.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's really a scam, really. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
behind that wall that nobody can see,
Yeah.
right? You don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
right? So you have to
Exactly.
have discernment of who
Yeah.
you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis, because what you get is really the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're just gonna
Mhm.
keep it real,
Mhm.
because when you start allowing your flesh to not see those things, that's where you become vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
Because of whatever, maybe what was going on in your household, childhood trauma, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Some learned
Mhm.
behaviors that you took into adulthood.
Yeah.
Okay? You may not understand them fully, but you know that when you start really, questioning, because it becomes to be more of a problem, and if you start really looking at it, where did I get this from?
Right.
Right? So now you bring whatever your garbage, and then somebody else has their garbage, and nobody ever speaks about it, right? Because you get,
That's good.
you get into a relationship, whether you're going to get married, whether you're dating, or whether if you're single or whatever, business, you know what I'm saying, associates,
Mhm. Uh-huh.
however treat each one, the dynamics of them. Where do you get that behavior? Because none of it's perfect, right? Well, none of us are perfect, right?
Absolutely.
We got some flaws that, sometimes
Right.
we handle some things not the greatest, and then we got to go back, and they may not know it, but we know it, like inside, right? So you got to go
Yeah.
back, and you got to, say, okay, Lord, you got to forgive me, because you know what, I really handled this the wrong way. I allowed my flesh to just kind of like rise up a little bit, because it has to die daily,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
right?
And
Yeah.
we don't check
That,
it. You're right. If
right,
people
that flesh
don't
got to
check
die
yeah.
daily. That flesh got to die every day. So when you stop overthinking, with what I mean overthinking is that you're not perfect. And it doesn't matter how, what, where, and when has somebody perceives you.
Yeah.
It's not up to them. At
True.
the end of the day, right? Anybody you ever come in contact with any kind of trauma in your life, however it has affected you in any kind of way, that was never meant to be who you are. Those are the obstacles, right? Different journeys in your different lifetimes. Those are the obstacles. Okay? So those are to build you. So we can't stay in like the victim mode,
Yeah.
if that makes sense, right? Because we keep repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, repeating it. That's what it was designed to do, to weaken your mind. Okay?
Yeah.
So now you got all this as a child, because it's rooted, we're going to be it real, it's rooted on top of what maybe in between what you've done as an adolescent into your adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yeah.
you're sitting here and we're wondering, like, dang, we want to blame everybody, but nobody ever really looks within, right? We're trained
Right.
to look out. Look at everybody else's problems. So you could be distracted with what you got going over here, because it's really designed to destroy you.
Yeah.
We never look within.
Yeah.
So when you
And it
start
comes
looking
back to you
within,
have to.
right, you have to start looking within. When you look within, you don't have no distractions, because you know what? You're not my responsibility. You're not my problem. Why? Because I'm not the Most High God.
Yeah.
I can plant a seed of wisdom, of love, of something, right, in somebody's life. And if nobody appreciates it at any level, right? Think about some things, some seeds you planted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're not well, that's not up to you. That's not up to you. That's between God and them. Because see, God look at the heart, right? Not my business. I got to look within. I'm my business. Because if nobody's going to look out for you, you have to look out for yourself.
So
And
true.
that's where the growth comes. When you start having, you know what, when you nobody else is your problem, Okay, I got my own healing to do. Maybe you need to start looking at yourself and you need to do your own healing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Uh-huh.
you don't
Wonder
know the
why.
day or the hour. Why am I going to deplete myself? And I don't even know the day or the hour when I might be taken.
Huh?
I'm going to get whatever God has allowed me to get, whatever this mind thinketh, whatever what a man thinketh, so he is. I keep saying that. If you feel defeated, you're going to be defeated. If you think it ain't going to happen, it's not going to happen. And we're spiritual and we have that belief and that faith. Hey, it's going to happen. It may not happen when you want it to happen because maybe you're not ready to get it. Maybe you need to put some work in. Maybe you need to craft it a little bit because when it comes out, you coming out on top already.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It's just like when you think about it, nobody ever told you, asked you as a child, so how did that make you feel? Nobody digged in when that happened. How did you feel? They just said, go, when you fail or something, you got a heartbreak.
Right.
It was just clean up your face, get yourself together, man up, woman up. Nobody, it's a taught behavior. People haven't been taught to ask somebody, how did that, but I'm okay. No, but how did that make you feel? What did that do to your heart? How did that heart get damaged? And we're quick to say, we cover up our emotions, our
Yep.
heart, what we're really feeling, our really truth. We cover it up with okay. You can see somebody crying, tears are rolling down their eyes, and you ask them, what's going on? I'm okay. And they immediately start trying to suck it up, instead of let it out. We have to learn when those tears come. Don't go get a rescuer to wipe them out. No, let them come on out. Let the tears fall out. Let the heart break. Let everything, because that's the only way you can go ahead and get it healed. In return, we have to learn how to heal the heart. We have to, people like you have to look at the inner you. How do I look at the inner you? Like, people are quick to tell you to look at the inner you, but you're not giving me any instructions of how to get to the inner you, because you're speaking Greek to me, telling me look for it from the inside.
Right.
That's Greek. That's not a taught behavior of how to feel in the inside. So we have to preach it, teach it more of how to get to that inner place. And the first instruction to get to that inner side is face you.
Oh, definitely.
You gotta face you. You gotta face, yes, that hurt. Yes, that when they did that to me, it damaged me, and I don't want to get in another relationship because that hurt so bad, and I don't want that to happen again.
Exactly.
And I think that, go ahead, Regina.
No. You have to apply it, like she's saying. You have to apply what she's saying. You have
Right.
to look at yourself.
Right. You have to dig in deep. You have to dig in, because this is
That's
the
why those
reality of things.
affirmations, when she puts that
Deep,
mirror in
and
her
it's
face.
deep signs. Hold on, Angela, because some things that happen to you once you reach around 10 years old, it's sealed.
Yeah.
It's sealed inside of you.
You're right.
It's no more picking it back up. That behavior or that characteristic or how you handle things, it's a sealed deal.
Yeah.
And you wonder why people say, "Oh, she's so childish," or "Oh, he's so petty," whatever. But it's because the inner you is coming out as an adult. And a lot of times you see certain behaviors with other people, or you feel like Regina said earlier, I've planted seeds, I tried to help, I tried to be there. And when you don't get the response that you think you should have, you jump back into those feelings of when you didn't feel heard, you didn't feel seen, you didn't feel appreciated. Those things come back out. And as adults, sometimes we don't know how to either one, speak up and say, you know what, I feel some type of way. So what we do is we act a certain type of way. We start acting funky, or we start acting, like, I don't want to say anything, or, well, I'm mad, or and you
Right.
expect people to tap in and see, but if you gloss over like, oh, I'm good, oh, it's fine, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, people are so conditioned to move past that because they're dealing with their own stuff. Nobody has time to go and get you
Please.
and shake some sense into you and say, come on
Right.
now, I know this is something, is nothing, I know it's a problem, I know
Right.
you're
Right.
acting crazy for some reason, why are you being weird, why are you looking crazy when I know that it's something going on, but you try to act like it's nothing when it really is something. We've got to check ourselves and say, why am I acting like that? Why
Yeah.
am I
Exactly.
why am I sitting over here mad, or why am I sitting here swole, or why am I sitting here disappointed? Why am I sitting here in any shape, form, or fashion? Why? I ask myself, why am I having an issue?
Exactly.
Because y'all know sometimes people say, let's address the elephant in the room. Most
Exactly.
people will ignore it. You
Yeah.
ignore bad behavior.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
ignore um, that when people say I'm fine and you know that they're not fine, you know
Yeah.
that their
Yeah.
mouth is saying one thing, but their actions are saying something else.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get past that. We got to stop normalizing um, the behaviors that we see. And if you get it as a
Exactly.
child, like Sparkle said, by 10, a lot of times
Yeah.
we react from a 10-year-old perspective.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. And,
Definitely.
and then that 10, and us as individuals, and we say we are women of God, when people start pouring out their heart, now you like, oh, here she go. Oh, now you
Right.
irritated. First you say you can
Right,
open up to me. Then when they start
right.
opening up to you, now you got this, did we just talk about that
Wow.
yesterday? Like now
Facts.
you irritated. Which one are you gonna be? Are you gonna be a safe place that somebody can pour out to? Or are you gonna be an irritated place? You gotta make a
Exactly.
real choice,
You got to
because
be
this
at
flip
peace.
flop is why people don't pour back
Be at
out to
peace.
people, because they
Mhm.
can't trust which one you gonna be today. Which one you gonna show up today? Are you showing
Exactly.
up that I'm the safe place and my heart is open to you, or are you showing up I got some things going on and I don't got time to listen to all it?
Hmm. That's true.
We got to make a choice. We so wishy washy. One day
But you know
I'm in
what?
a good mood,
But the
one day
only
I'm not.
choice that you
You
can
And
make
then you
is
want to know
choosing
why people
you.
can't open up to you.
Yeah. The only choice that you have in life is always to choose you. See, that's the thing that people don't understand is that when you choose you, you don't have to answer questions. That's what comes with it when you choose you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the
Mhm.
day, there's no questions asked, right? Out of respect, I always look at it as, you know what? You're a grown person. I'm a grown person. Out of respect, do you have to answer to anybody? But the Most High God, I don't have to
Right.
give you a doggone answer other than, hey, baby,
True.
I love you. You know what I'm saying, baby girl? I love
But
you.
people don't want to hear that though, Regina,
I
because
know.
people tend to feel like they need to know everything that's going on in your
I
life.
know.
In reality, you don't. In
No.
reality, you need to allow people to move how they're going to move, whether
There you
that's how
go.
you move or not. And most times we judge people from a place in a space of where
Yep.
we are, and we feel entitled. You're not entitled to people's struggle or to what they're
Period.
going through or to whatever it is that God is working on them, because sometimes people may not come to you. Sometimes people really say, you know what, I need to go to God because He's going to give me the answer.
There
I
you
know
go.
you think you can. I know you think you want to. I know you think we've been friends for so long. Why aren't you telling me your business? Because I don't have to. Because
No, you don't.
sometimes I may just pull back for a minute so that I can work on me so I can come back better. But what
Yeah.
happens is when you come back better, when you come back refreshed, then you have people who are looking at you sideways because they don't understand that process. It's not for you to understand sometimes.
Right.
You don't even understand your own process all the time,
That's
much
true.
less for you to try to figure out somebody else's process. Jasmine said, Sparkle, that was a
Exactly.
bar. Are you going to be a
That's
safe or
true.
an irritated space? Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Mm,
I
Yes.
mean, and I'm all about I love her. But
Yeah.
somewhere God had to send me somebody to help me look at me like we say, it's your responsibility for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. It is. But God put us all here to help one another. So, yes, but to get to that place to you, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to have to do the work. But we have to have an introduction. Somebody has to help us get an introduction to Christ, to loving ourselves, to reflecting, to look ourselves in the mirror and say who we are. You know how many people cannot look themselves in the mirror?
True.
They cannot. But people, like, I want to be a safe place that I can walk you. I'm willing to walk with you to the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to cross hands with you.
Exactly.
And let's do this together. I think if we learn the togetherness a little bit better, and remove some of the I, some things, some projects would work out better. Some everybody podcast should be blowing up because we all working together to help each other. But we are still, that I mentality comes from, I have to look after me. I have to make sure I'm good, because if I don't make sure I'm good, who's going to make sure I'm good?
But
so
you know, that's the thing that people don't understand what you're saying, Sparkle, is that that's where they get it confused. We cannot, you're the most important person in this life. At the end of the day, I don't know, everybody has a different way of how they were introduced to Christ. I was introduced to Christ in my house by myself, sitting at the edge of the bed. I wasn't in a church. Nobody came to me, because the type of life that I lived, it had to be 100% for me to even think that there was even a Christ, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, let me tell you. So at that moment, I knew that I can only get direction from God. It wasn't going to be by man, because that was my first experience, right? I was literally going back to my job, to the ladies that I've seen visually of what Christ may look like, right? I'm from that perspective. Which one? The one that I thought she was a little bit more polished. She seemed that she had a little bit more wisdom. I go to her and ask her, right? Right? So we're in this, right? I say, hey, you know what? I know, you talk about church and all this stuff. What church is it that you go to? I'm looking for a church because of my experience that I had. She said, well, just give me a second. I don't really have time to tell you right now.
That's the two people I'm talking about.
Right. Come on. Okay, so listen. So then, right? Okay, here we go, sis. So then I go to the other one. She's young, about my age, has 2 babies. We have them in the same daycare. We're working. I said, hey, girl. Hey, I'm going to give you a shout out. Shantae, if you ever see this baby, because, you're on my page. I said, hey, girl. I'm going to get emotional. Hey, girl. Hey, what's that church that you got to go to? Girl, what? Let me tell you. Girl, she took me all the way out. I thought I was going to Alabama.
Yes.
I'm like, oh no, we got Alabama. I think, oh my God, I'm going to Alabama. No, we got to turn around. This is too far. I can't keep going out. I walk in, and everybody looking at me. So I think.
We feel like all eyes on us.
Right, like I'm a sinner.
Right.
Because I don't know church, right? I don't know none of the etiquette. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Why I feel like I'm like dirty. And I remember that day, and I said, well, I'm in here and I don't feel comfortable, because everybody seemed like they kind of holy. You know what I'm saying? Like too holy. I am not used to that. I never grew up in that environment. I don't even know what it's like. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden the words were speaking, and I could just hear certain words grasping. And I remember, and I was like standing, and then all of a sudden they said, what is that? You got to come to the altar. I said, oh shoot, what the hell? What the heck is the altar? What the heck is everybody gonna be doing at that altar? So people started going there crying. And I just remember it was saying that the only thing that I got out of it was new beginning and you will be forgiven.
Yeah. Praise God. And what did you get? That new beginning.
So
and
that's
it's
where
perfect
it began.
what you said. You gave the perfect illustration. One person was too busy and didn't have time to help you. And then you have another person that said, you know what? Here comes somebody stopping what I'm doing. I'm going to stop and listen, and I'm going to help her. That's what I'm saying. You have some people in the world that when people are fighting, they pulling out their cameras to video it. Then you have some people that's coming to break up the fight. So it's all in the individual. But before you can get fully to start looking at you, God usually sends somebody to lead you first. And then once you're led, you're like, oh, I want to learn more about it. Okay. Then you start moving on to your own. But we have to learn.
Good morning, Tina.
we need one another.
And you know, we keep chasing, like, you know, we don't stop. You see what I'm saying? Remember how we were saying we don't stop? I'm not going to stop. When something happens, right? So people just sit, right, sis? They just sit. Right. It's like, oh, you know, but when you know, you move, right? We always say we got to move. We got to move in that direction. You're going to try to get help somewhere. But we got to move. We can't be stagnant.
Yeah.
Because one person can't, if they can't open the door, there's going to be someone. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to love yourself enough to say, hey, you know what? Everybody is going to get fed. It's just a matter of who wants to get real fed.
Yeah.
You know
but when you get fed, I can fix
you got to keep pressing, because the reality is you could have stopped at the first person and said, oh, I knew it was fake. I knew these people out here trying to be one way and they're not. You have to keep pressing to get what you need, because a lot of times the person you think is the person who is going to support you and encourage you and be there for you is not the one. Maybe it is the person who is going through what you're going through. Maybe it is the person who is not perfect and polished. Maybe it is the person who is still struggling with their own things, but they know, because I'm struggling, somebody else is struggling too. So they're willing to say, hey, even though I'm dealing with some things, I want to help you get yours. And along the way, maybe I'm going to get mine too. But we're so quick to stop because the person we thought were going to help us didn't help us. The people who we thought were going to support us did not. The person that you give you do give the story to, you do share your mess and your drama and your trauma with, you think they're going to be the ones to pull you up out of it. And sometimes they're just like, girl, I knew it. I told you. They just want to hear the information. They don't want to help. You got to know that even when you run across that wall, you got to keep pushing to get what you need. And it may be that sometimes you got to pivot and go on around them to somebody else. Sometimes you got to be a hard push on past somebody else. Whatever that looks like, don't you stop getting what you need for you.
Stop you.
Don't let nobody stop you.
Because people, let me tell you, it'll be the closest ones to you that will sit there and make the most difficult time for it not to happen.
Yes.
Okay. But let me tell you what, because when your faith is that strong, let me tell you, the storm is going to be like this. I'm just going to be real. Okay. Whatever this is to you, that's going to be your strongest storm. You have to know without a doubt that, you know what, I have to follow God's plan for my life.
It's no different when you need your car repaired.
Right. At the end of the day, we have to, for each one of us, we have to follow for our own life.
Yes.
I can't be mad that you don't see my vision. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
I don't maybe not see your vision,
but you can't give up your vision just because somebody else doesn't see it.
I mean, that's so funny that y'all said that. I was just talking to my brother yesterday, and I was explaining to him, if you're getting so many no's, know that must be what God has called you to do. If people keep telling you no, That's how you know that that's God's vision for you. Because people don't quick to catch on to the vision. And if they're yes, 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 and every time I talk to you, will you be my realtor? And they keep saying yes, 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 run. Because no's, you can get 5,000 no's and get one yes. And that one yes will open the doors that you need to open. And all those no's are still sitting right there. And they're behind you now.
Right.
I don't have to concentrate on them no's. They're behind me now. All I need is one yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to get it if you stop.
If you
You
stop,
got to
yes,
keep
you're
pressing
absolutely right.
past
If you hungry and
whatever
somebody
it
give you a plate and you don't pick up the fork and start eating,
You
you're
got
just
to.
sitting over there hungry.
Yep.
is.
That's
Exactly.
it.
That's
But
it. That's all.
but overthinking will make you think. No, let me just go on and go on. Let me go on now. That must not been God.
No, I
That
know
couldn't have
that.
been
See?
God. That's not the person. That's not.
You know, I know. And then we don't have no peace. Come on, we need to be sitting in some peace.
Yes.
Do not bother my peace. Like, I'm for real about that. You know what I'm saying? My peace gonna have. I'm good. Let me tell you what. I'm good. Look,
Just like, let
Girl,
me get
ain't
for
that
hydrated.
it?
real,
Let me
just like
hydrate
that. No, for
myself
real,
because
just
I'm.
like that.
Yes.
Because you
It
don't
was
know
4
if you're
o'clock
gonna
in the
have
morning. I'm
lobsters.
sitting on my back porch
There.
looking at the mountains and thinking how beautiful these mountains are. Me 5 years ago, sitting on the porch looking at some mountains, that would never, ever. I would have thought that's the craziest thing ever.
And you know what? And then what are you doing like this? You're doing this, right, sis?
Sip on. But it took, look how long. But think about, I know for me, it took me 40 plus years to get to this.
I believe
To
you.
get to this piece.
I'm still work in progress. Shoot, I'm still a work in
Thank
progress.
you.
Not in every area though. I'm just peaceful with the mountains. And then you got some other stuff yeah, all in your ear. But God is good. And you are the chosen one. If God woke you up today, I don't care what happened yesterday. That was behind me. If it happened June 5th, that was June 5th. We are talking about, what is it, August 20th now? And
Janice,
you're still
it's
talking
never
about what
too late.
happened June 5th?
Janice said it's never too late. And that's the thing
Yeah.
that we need people to get. It's never too late for you to get your peace, for you to get your joy, for you to have love in your life, for you to be able to look in that mirror and look at yourself and say, you know what? I love you, girl. I love you.
I love you. I love you. I wouldn't trade you in for nobody. I
For
wouldn't trade
nobody.
you in.
It takes some time to get there, though. I'm telling you. It's not an easy journey all the time because we make some mistakes.
Yeah, come on now.
We
You know
not
we do.
perfect. We make mistakes. We trust the wrong people. Sometimes we put ourselves in situations. But at the end of the day,
It's
keep
never
pushing
too
for
late.
you. It's
At
never
the
too
end of the
late.
day, yes, say it. Let me tell you what. I'm all me every day, all day. And you know what? If the people who love you cannot see that you are loving yourself, and they have a
Hallelujah.
problem with that, right? They have a problem with that, then you don't love me.
Yeah. Hallelujah, Tina. Tina, thank you.
Exactly.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Don't let the enemy trick you. Don't let him tell you not to show up. Because that's what happens. It'll start dang for you. You don't need to listen to them. You don't need to follow them. Girl, tell the devil, shut up. Come back tomorrow because he ain't your pappy. He ain't your pappy. Come back tomorrow and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, come back tomorrow because you need to know who your pappy. Okay, y'all, we got to get on out of here.
We gotta
It's been
get
a
out of
great
here.
day. Believe you, believe in you, and believe what God has put in you. And he is it's some stuff that's marinating in you, that's marinating so deep inside of you that it's time to go and put it in the oven and go ahead and cook that thing and make it come to a rise. So have a blessed one. We love you. We will see you back on Thursday because guess what, y'all? We back. I believe God. Do you? You believe God. We believe God. We believe God. We believe God. Have a blessed day. See you tomorrow.